Hello, everyone, and welcome to State of the Realm. We're back after taking a 1-week break so that Sly could travel. So we're going to make up for last week's show with the topic we would have done. We're just going to do a quick live letter discussion. Not a whole lot happened for this live letter, but we do a show on every live letter. This one's not going to be any different. So I'm one of your hosts, Mr. Happy, and of course, joining me back from Onicon, Sly. How's your trip?
It was a good trip. It was a really good trip, really fun. Got to see people I haven't seen in a couple of years. Either way, I missed the stream. I missed the community. I missed y'all. How y'all doing?
How quickly can I ruin that statement?
Let's see.
I'm not going to try, but it's going to happen. So
yeah.
I'm just wondering how it ends up turning out. So I'm glad you had a good time. Probably first time at an event in quite some time. Like you said, it's been a couple of years since you've seen most of those people. We do have probably a pretty quick show today. You even asked me if I wanted to skip the show this week because of Pokemon. I appreciate the notion.
Yeah.
The shinies will be there, and next week I'll play during the show, so it's fine. I can make up for the time loss here. We got a live letter show. Not a whole lot happened. Did you bother to try to catch it live while you were at the convention? Did you just catch it up later that day?
No.
You were. I don't know. You were asking 2 weeks ago. You were asking what time it was.
And I was gonna try to catch it live, and then I realized, nah, that wouldn't happen. And plus, I was that night I was already working on some video stuff for a panel because the whole panel I just did using a video, but I was trying to render and do it all on Premiere Pro on a fucking laptop that is a potato. And long story short, I got it done. It took all night. And then I went to sleep at 6 a.m. and set it to render at 6 a.m. And then it didn't finish rendering until 12 p.m. About a little after I woke up.
6 a.m.?
Yeah.
Sly, my advice next time, do it before you go to the convention.
Yeah. I mean, but I did some of the stuff before I went. It's just the rest of it just took so much longer because the laptop is a potato. Godspeed.
At least you made it, I guess.
Yeah.
Good thing your panel wasn't before, in the middle of the afternoon. Jesus.
Right.
Well, at least you got that done. But now... Yep. I'm assuming you're all caught up on it. You've read it. We also, of course, have the unofficial Reddit Discords. Thank you again to Reddit, Luna Midori, and Miuna for doing those both. Before we do that, sponsor read. You know the drill. We got Patreon. People over there that sponsor. A few more people popped on Patreon the last couple days. Throwing the thanks over on the weekly Q&A, but nobody has to support us over there. They choose to. It's just extra on top of what we do every week. It's all available on YouTube for free. And given the way that the world is unraveling, YouTube might have to be my primary social media going forward. I made a post on my YouTube community page, and I was like, I'm gonna have to start using this more regularly, aren't I? And there's just a slew of comments that are yep.
Yeah, get your tweets out while you can. Smoke them if you got them.
It'll probably be fine for at least another week. We got a little bit of time.
Yeah, a little leeway.
Yeah, we got a little leeway right now. All right. And so thank you to all of our sponsors over on Patreon. Of course, we have Steel Series, 12% discount giveaway. Y'all know the drill when it comes to that. Check under the video or type !Steel Series in the Twitch chat. We have Advanced GG. I actually just got a batch of stuff from them, and I actually have a starter kit that I need to do a post for. But I've got their Halloween flavors and all my hydrations over here. I gotta do something with those over the next couple days. That 10% discount code is always enabled, so be sure to use that. And I still got HelloFresh for I think another week or two, something like that. 65% off, free shipping on the first box. And I was having a discussion with Sly before we started the stream about whether I should cook my last HelloFresh for the week or go buy a steak, because I'm just in the mood for both and I can't decide. And I hate that. I'm frustrated that I can't make up my mind.
The burden of decision.
The burden of decision, yeah. And Sly said steak, but
I said steak.
Not all the way there yet.
I mean, to be fair, I made ziti the other night, and I got a whole bunch of ziti. But I was craving wings, So
I did that the other night.
I got
too.
wings.
I did that Monday.
I got wings. Yeah.
Monday I had leftover. I got like a top round, and I slow cooked it. And I made gravy out of it, and I had that in the fridge. But I was like, I could really go for some wings tonight, so I went and got wings. And then honestly, the wings didn't end up hitting the spot. That's it didn't do it for me after I had them. I was just upset because then I was like, I can't eat the steak too. It's too much. It's too much. Probably go with the enchiladas. Thank you, HelloFresh. So all those commands are on Twitch, normal, and YouTube. They'll be in the description as per usual. Okay, Sly, part 1 live letter.
Yes.
Live letter 74.
Yes, it was.
I don't even know if I put that in the Twitch title. Oh, let me see. Did I put 74? Yes, I did. Okay, I did remember. Yeah, it's our part 1 live letter for 6.3. This was one of the most succinct live letters we've seen.
I agree.
Even among like the one during the 14-hour broadcast was very quick because it was like they didn't really have a whole lot to talk about during that.
Do you think they finally like hit the formula where they just get to the information and just get like really just get through it? Because like it feels like this has been like so long in the making that, you know, they usually like we've had the, you know, 3.5 hour live letters where there's a lot of information. And then we get these like really, really straight to the point live letters as of recent than ever before. So do you think they've kind of like found the formula of just getting us the information really quickly and then getting out?
No, I think it's just the source material for this. They said they didn't have any sort of play ready to show. Normally, even in the part 1 live letter, they will log into the game and give us a peek at a few things. They had none of that this time, so it really cut a lot of time down. They had to leave certain details out, so they couldn't talk about them more in depth. I think what we're gearing up for is a 4-hour one from the next one.
Oh boy.
Because I think they're going to spend a lot more time next time they have to talk about the job changes for Paladin, probably a brief comment on the other. They said they're going to go in game and show the Paladin job changes for the next one. So, as in case anyone's wondering, I think the last time they did that was for Ninja in 5.1. I don't think they did it for Monk in 5.4. Actually, I think they might have done it for Monk in 5.4, but I don't remember. Either way, those would be the only other 2 times that they've done it in recent history. And then they didn't want to tell us the trial. They didn't want to tell us the ultimate. They couldn't share much about the new palace, the new deep dungeon, other than the name. So I think it is a lot of we didn't have anything prepared, which is a little weird that they didn't have anything prepared. But I guess with the patch still being literally 2 months out, maybe it was just slightly too early to want to show anything. So. I think that's the only reason. But no, I think we're gearing up for a 4-hour live letter right around Crema.
Yep.
Yeah. That is, in case anyone's wondering, this live letter took place on November 11th, and we're expecting the next one is probably December 23rd. That would make it 3 weeks before the projected patch date, because I don't think their only other options to do it on like New Year Eve, which is a terrible idea.
Terrible idea.
And then they can't really do it any later unless they're going to move to mid-January for the release. So that's literally the only other option. I mean, unless it is, they said January 3rd was not likely the date. They themselves say that during this live letter. If it was, then they could do it as early as December, like 17th-ish. But I think it'll be a very early live letter relative to when the patch actually is.
Yeah.
But we got the start of this live letter. And dude, every time we start the live letter, I actually have a tradition. I look at Foxclawn's shirt because he has brand shirts that I always find fascinating. And my favorite brand that he wears is Super Dry, because I know that's a popular brand, but it's not a great shirt logo name. I've got a Super Dry shirt. So it's like, a lot of the brands he wears are popular brands that I find their names fascinating. So he had a Super Dry shirt. It's just, I don't know why. It's just like, I don't like that name for a clothing brand, Super Dry.
I mean, what's the exact opposite for it? Like ultra moist?
I was going to say ultra wet. You actually almost got me there. I was going to say ultra wet, but you went full moist. Never go full moist. I would have brought it there. I wasn't going to use the word moist. Oh, man. Yeah. Oh, my God. So at the start of the live letter, one of the very first things Yoshi P says is he explains that they do 2 live letters per patch. And I'm like, don't let this be a belt situation. Please don't go into an explanation about how you structure the live letters. You didn't, thankfully. We have the name God's Revel Lands Tremble. That is very likely a reference to the 24-man, given that it looks like we'll be dealing with Earth as one of the elements this time around, and also just the gods. I have a feeling it also has something to do with the story, but that's, a lot of revelry. Revel!
Nice.
You got to get that rolling
Nice
R.
Susano there.
Yeah.
Nice Susano there. Yeah,
yes.
Like that.
Revel! I want Susano back. One day. One day I'll be back. So this is going to be releasing early January 2023, but Yoshi P, like we said, does go out of his way to say that the 3rd of January is cutting it a little tight to New Year and such. If you don't know, then Japan actually has very defined time frames of the month. They break the month into sets of 10 days, even if it's February or a 31 month day, it's a little leeway. Early is always the first 10, middle is the next 10, and late is the last 10. And so if it's not the 3rd of January, it's always going to be, it's going to be the 10th.
That's where that comes from. I was wondering about that. Holy okay, quick derail.
Go ahead.
GBO2, they have monthly rewards, and there's early, and then there's late. I'm wondering, what the hell? I mean, I understand to an extent, but why do y'all do this? There you go.
Yeah, it's pretty common. It's not just a 14 thing. It's just kind of like a cultural division of the month. So that's where that comes from. Which means if he's saying no to the 3rd of January, the last day of early January is the 10th. 17th. Yeah. Pretty obviously not early January at that point also. So that's a pretty good heads up for anyone looking to plan around the patch and the contents that will be coming 2 weeks later. Not great for Stall, because as she feared on her show, that pretty much forces Ultimate to be 2 days after Lunar New Year starts. So,
oh boy,
unfortunate. I saw her tweet that her mother said to take care of her video game stuff, but I think she's still not planning on doing ultra hardcore, just doing more hours than most people. So, I have to poke Stall about that. Means you won't get to Harvestella anytime soon. I'm just trying to push everyone to get that game. I know one person that's chapter 4 onward. Everyone else is stuck in video game hell with all these releases. Oh man.
Boy.
Read it, boy.
Atreus!
I don't even have time for that fucking game. I'm just going to have to keep quoting the 2018 one. Let's see. New main scenario quests. Wow. Big surprise. They said that Zero, very popular. I don't think I'm surprised about that either.
You think? You think?
Yeah. It's no
why?
surprise. Gee, yeah, I wonder why Zero would be super popular. Because they're not Xeno. Xenos. Everyone's like, oh, thank God they're not Xenos. Oh, thank God he's not coming back. Thank you. Thank you for confirming. We also get a glimpse at Alphino and Alice with Zero over in Garlemald. Scion's disbanded, by the way. Don't forget.
Yeah.
It seems to be in line with what we learn is the dungeon a little bit later in the live letter. Seems that there is something quite funky going on. Probably tied to something Xenos was doing that we didn't know about, given where it is and what it is. But yeah, so we're going to be heading over back into the Garlemald area, and Zero's going to have some memories of that, I'd have to imagine. Now, something Possibly. Well, I don't know. I feel like Xenos is going to come up as a topic a lot for Zero, because it's really all she knows about our world is through that pact. So yeah, that's how she even knows who we are, realistically. Oh yeah, you're his friend. And I'm like, Yes.
No.
That's a word for it,
No.
I suppose.
No.
No. So moving on into new side quests, Sly, I was a little curious about this section.
Okay.
We kind of got all of the side quests we knew we were going to get. Tataru's Grand Endeavor. We have Tale of Newfound Adventure, which is what we used to go over the four fiends. Yeah, we have Hildebrand. Of course, we have the Weapon Quest series, the Tribal Quest. Like, we have all of that. But which one of these did Ishikawa do that she told us she did for 6.3?
I want to take a stab and say Newfound Adventure. Because that seems to be the most lore heavy. Like, in terms of, like, what's going on.
Say it was involving an old character, so that would usually be Tataru. Like, if it's going to be characters we've met before being revisited, I mean, it has to be Tataru, right?
She's never worked on Hildebrand, has she?
I don't think so. Nor would I want her time spent on that. I think her time could be spent elsewhere.
So, yeah, like, I mean, to me, the Tales of Newfound Adventure makes the most sense, unless an older character rears their head into the story, which doesn't make sense at the same time. I don't know. Does she mean old as in someone we know, or old as in...
I think someone we know.
Like, nostalgia boner old, like Final Fantasy IV old.
No, I think she means characters we already know, which is why Tataru makes the most sense. We haven't seen Hancock in a while, and he's in this picture right here.
Yeah.
But given the tone of Tataru's quest so far, that would be a drastic, given Ishikawa's pedigree, a drastic tonal shift. So I don't know. There's also the chance they haven't told us all the side quests, and they're going to tell us another one.
That's true.
So that's entirely possible. Yeah, Tataru's Grand Endeavor. They didn't give us any unlock conditions, but this is on Hell's Lid. So I wonder if the Four Lords is going to be the condition for this. They had mentioned that they expect a lot of people to have prereqs for these, but no mention of it this time. They just said, here's Tataru. They're in a familiar spot with Hancock. There you go. Tale of Newfound Adventure. This is going to be down to which trial we get. And I think we have to revisit that discussion we had a few weeks back, given the cock tease that they gave us for that in this particular live letter.
Yeah.
And then we'll have even more Hildebrand, him and his poo-poo friend back on Thavnair. Looks like not for very long. However, my favorite is Yoshi P going, I don't even know what we're trying to show with these screenshots anymore. And even better is Foxconn's response. Kind of cute, though.
Yeah, it is cute.
Poo-poo's kind of cute. So yeah, and then Yoshida was like, yeah, we checked the asymmetry of the top of the head and the eyes a lot for the poo-poo. Just trying to make it loyal to Final Fantasy VIII in this very brief appearance, I suppose. And then more Manderville weapon quests with Geralt being thrown onto a mammoth, seemingly. And Foxconn, of course, going, what even is happening? Geralt's really getting thrown through the ringer, quite literally, possibly, with this one. As we expected he might. Do you think he's going to be more or less of an alcoholic by the time this is all done?
Probably more. It'd be fair to say more.
I don't know. Maybe this is eye-opening for him. Maybe he sees another way.
I still think we're getting blood and tears in these weapons.
At the same time or separately?
I mean, separately. I mean, we already got the sweat, so it's like the next stage would probably be tears, and then the next one, like the final one, will be blood.
I think if we use Godbert's blood on a weapon, then the world will end. I'm pretty sure the world just ends in that case.
I mean, these have to be powerful weapons, right?
Yeah, but I think that's gonna end the world. And how is Godbert gonna cry? Who's gonna make that man cry?
Julian.
No, she'll make him. Those aren't the same kinds of tears. That's not gonna work out for anybody. Yeah, I poured my blood, sweat, and tears into these weapons. No, literally. Yeah, maybe if he just Ishikawa is gonna make him cry. There we go. That's where her talents went. She needs something emotional, so she wrote the Manderville weapon quest for 6.3 to make him cry. That's what it is. We unraveled the formula. You don't seem convinced. You don't seem convinced at all.
Not at all.
Well, we do have the tribal quest that maybe she did, which did end up being the Loprits, which,
Yep.
We said that was the easy guess, but I really didn't want to say it for certain that I thought it was going to
be. I mean, it was too easy. Like, who else would it be at this point?
I just left it open. After the Qatari Sly, I just leave it open because I was wrong about that.
Fair.
So.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
You got the Loprits, though. We're going to be teaching them to make things that are not just fucking carrots.
Carrots
and robes, and
I feel like I kind of want to do this because I normally do all my custom turn-ins on like an armorer. I feel like I want to do this on a culinarian just for like lore reasons because like again they only know carrots. Like there's better food.
You're just gonna teach them that there's something better than carrots. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I have to level all my crafters because I level one crafter now.
Have fun with that.
That's fine. It makes it so that it's multi-purpose. I like that. And then I'll still keep doing it after it's done to finish leveling the rest of the crafters, and then I'll have a bunch of crafting materials for the daily turn-ins.
I mean, you could already have that if you already had them leveled and, do your custom turn-ins every week. And, like, I have a shit ton
I wouldn't have. But this is free materia too. This is free materia too anyway. You get the free materia no matter what because of the currencies.
True. I'm saying you could have more.
But Sly,
what's up?
Will we get a flying carrot as a mount?
Fuck no.
Yes.
No, we will not.
What will we get, Sly? What will we get other than a flying carrot?
Anything else? They're not going to lean into the meme that hard.
What game are we playing, Sly?
Look, I know that's what you want. I know that's what all of you want, but it's not going to be it, and it's going to look ridiculous.
So the only other option I will accept is a moon. It'll be a moon or a carrot.
I would have taken like a mini Ragnarok at that point.
No, a moon or a carrot. That's it. They don't know how to make anything else. That's it. Come on.
No.
All right. Cheese?
That's gobby related.
Yeah, but there's moon cheese.
No. Yeah, that's too far of a stretch.
Again, Sly, the game we're playing, I don't think anything is a stretch. Koji is a mad genius. Genius? He's mad. He's smart.
Oh, you got to realize this isn't Koji. This is
He oversees it though.
He oversees it, but this is mainly I forget her name all the time. But you know what I'm talking about.
Moon or carrot? Kate. Kate's who you're thinking of, right?
Kate, thank you.
You don't know if Kate wrote this. She localized it, but she doesn't get to decide the mount. I'm gonna stick with carrot. I think it's gonna be a giant flying carrot. And then Sly, next expansion, they're gonna sell us a golden flying carrot for 100 million gil at that other vendor.
And you idiots would buy it.
I mean, I have the money. I might as well.
Yeah.
That's the reason I have the money, is in case they do dumb shit like that, so I can do. Golden flying carrot. I'm ready.
Either way.
Yep.
Either way. Next up, we got our dungeon. Our new dungeon, finally. This one, okay. I kind of expected eventually we would touch upon this. I'm kind of getting ahead of myself. The dungeon's called Lapis Manalis. And, like, they give us the pictures. First picture probably gives a little bit of it away. Second picture, I have the aha moment. So if you guys remember in the beginning, well, I'd say the middle of Endwalker, we have a lot going on in Garlemald. And there's one section of Garlemald that houses all the ceruleum. So basically, we're going to where the ceruleum is in Garlemald. Because we never, we get there and it's like, we're wondering, why haven't we, helped them to get back, the ceruleum stores? We just kind of leave that alone. I'm hoping that's the case here, is that we're helping to get back the ceruleum stores because, as you can see in that second picture, there's a bunch of ceruleum underground. A fuck ton. So I'm hoping that we're helping them to get back the ceruleum stores.
See, I think that some of that might be the intention going in, but I am full-fledged imagining that there is a void gate in this ceruleum cavern. I'm willing to bet Xenos used
in Garlemald?
Mm-hmm. I'm willing to bet that Xenos made his pact in this particular cave.
I mean, Xenos got around, but I don't know if it's in Garlemald.
They gotta tie this in to what the fuck
with
is
Zero?
happening. Yeah, they gotta tie this in somehow. So, not to mention Zero might see all this ceruleum and just be like, gulp, gulp, gulp. just give me all that ether. It's not really ether so much as it simulates ether, but she might be really confused by the use of ceruleum as opposed to traditional ether. Yeah, I'm just curious if this ceruleum is hiding. I think there's a void gate in here. I don't think that's what we're going to investigate, but I'm willing to bet if they show us even a single, and I believe that they kept monsters out of this entirely because they don't want us seeing any voidlings in there. Because if we see one, we're going to be able to pull the pieces together on that one.
Yep.
That's what I think. I do think though that yours is the reason we're going in. I think we get sidetracked and it kind of leads into all that. But Zero coming along is just Zero wouldn't give a shit. However, it probably does mean Zero as a trust. So that's fun.
Yeah, that's safe to say.
They could do it like they did before and just Zero kind of tags along on top of you having trusts, but I'd like to see Zero as a trust. I think Zero is a trust for this dungeon. Yeah, we just get it, and then we get a quick, please look forward to it. And then they go right into the trial afterwards, which we now know is for certain a secret.
Yes. 100% secret. Question mark, question mark, question mark. We don't even get the hugs and kisses anymore. I kind of miss the hugs and kisses. We just get question marks.
Kill me, Yoshi P. You want to know why this kills me in particular?
Why?
The thought process is that we got the Tales of Newfound Adventure in 6.2 to cover the lore of the first two that we defeated, right? Mm-hmm. By extension, knowing we're getting another one means we're fighting one of the other two, either as part of the dungeon or as part of this. Then just fucking tell. It's only two left. Just tell us which one it is, or both. We have to retouch upon that fucking theory about whether or not it's like two at once, or one's the dungeon and one's the trial, and just Yoshi, you can tell us. You could when we had the Warring Triad, you had no issue just telling us all of them. You could have kept those a secret all those years ago. No, now you got to keep it a secret. Killing me. I just want to know. He didn't need to tell us all the weapons. He told us all them. Showed Ruby, showed Sapphire, we know all of them. There was no secret. Killing me. I'm dying over here.
Yeah.
It's annoying. Yeah. Speaking of the Warring Triad, Sophia is our next Unreal. I expected this.
Can you bring equilibrium?
Yes. Yes, I can. I believe that I can, Sly. I firmly believe that I can. I gotta say, I think this hard confirms Omega is the ultimate. Because I don't think they
How do you relate the two?
Because
How
I
do you
don't
relate the
think
two?
they want to do the triad as the Unreals and as the ultimate at the same time. Just like when they said they didn't want to do Thor.
When the first when the first Unreal came out, I'm trying to remember what the
that was such a stupid explanation.
What was the first?
Shiva.
What was the? It was Shiva.
It was Shiva. I remember because.
So Icabus.
Wait, no. Unreal didn't happen until 5.3. That was our first ever Unreal. Was 5.3.
So then, at that time, it would have been ooh.
No, it would have been T. No. So here's the thing. Here's what they did when the first one came out. And this, I don't understand what they were thinking when they told us this. 5.2, Shiva was the last boss of the raid tier. It was Eden, E8S. When they gave us Shiva Unreal, they said they thought of starting with Titan, but they thought that the players might be tired of Titan after Eden. But Titan Eden was a year before that, and Shiva was the most recent one. It didn't make any sense. I was like, wait a minute. What kind of reasoning is that? Now we're just overloaded on Shiva all the time. Like, oh, you guys are tired of Titan, right? And they're like, I'm tired of her too. Didn't make any sense. Then 5.4 was Titan for Unreal. Then it was Leviathan. Then they took a break. Then it was who was Ultima? Yeah, it was Ultima. Then it was Ultima for 6.1, then Sephiroth, now Sophia. But the big thing is, for 6.1, when they did Ultima, they said they thought of doing Thornton. But because of Dragon Song, they didn't want to do Thornton.
I have my own reasons to believe what Ultimate will be. Kind of based on the pictures that we get.
Well, I mean, I think that's what a lot of people are leaning towards, is the picture, again, goes in the same, it uses the same formula that we've already used to determine the ultimates up to this point. Mm. The only thing is, we can start doing trial-based ultimates. We have the source material for it. So I don't want them to not do that, which is why I really want to see the triad. But I think they are going to think to themselves the same thing they said with Thornton. Oh, we wanted to do the triad, but we were doing the Unreals, which they shouldn't relate to each other at all. Who gives, that's like two polar opposite content, like structures and difficulties. But at the same time, they seem to draw a correlation, knowing that it's still all endgame content at the same time. So I think Omega is locked in at this point. Not set in stone until December when we get the next live letter, but that's where my head's at the moment. Because Zervin's probably after this, and then maybe they do Thornton at the end, or they go back and do one of the other ones they've skipped over. We didn't do Ravana. We didn't do most of the Realm Reborn ones. We didn't do Nidhogg, I guess would be another. Fucking Nidhogg, man. Yeah. Please no Thorn March. No. No. Thorn March. Okay. No Thorn March. No. Okay. I'm okay, Sly.
You good?
Yeah. No,
you good? Okay. Yeah. Just checking.
Yeah.
Just checking.
Yeah. So Sophia, either way, Sophia's going to be hilarious for an Unreal, because Sephiroth, I believe, is harder than Sophia, but that doesn't mean Sophia isn't going to be chock full of shit.
Comedy.
Yeah. We do have one advantage with Sophia nowadays, though, Sly.
What's up?
Lots more knockback resist, which does work on the arena tilt.
Yeah.
So I think that's going to help a lot of people. And I think there's definitely going to be some tilts that it's considered standard to just knock back resist and just do them, the old fashioned way. You just got to dodge the other AoEs. But that's not going to save people from all of the arena tilts. There's at least 2 that they're going to have to do. So a few struggles here and there. Struggling too. It's going to be great. Sophia, though, back in the day was our first trial that ever had rezzing when you fell off. So that's going to be the same still. We're at the point where from now on, any place you could fall off, that it was standard to be able to res afterwards. Sephiroth, it's a godsend right now, let me tell you. It had 2 melees and a tank die to the sweep this week by just not getting in the wind. God.
They just didn't click on the wind or just get in the wind?
Get in the wind. We still cleared, but back in the day, that's it. They would have been out of the fight for the remainder of it.
Yep.
I was like, guys, like I understand when it's maybe one person who doesn't make it, but it was 3 people. 3.
You said 2 melees and a tank? Or 2 DPS?
Two melees and a tank. If it's a ranged who doesn't get in, I'm gonna lose it. Unless it's a red mage who just had really bad timing on their melee combo, and even that, I'm like, get in the fucking tornado right now. Okay. I sold Minion from Unreal last week. Sold in like an hour.
Nice.
Yeah, 6.4 million gil.
There you go.
I love Unreal. I fucking love it. You know what's funny though? As every player who does Unreal on the regular now, we think of the difficulty of the Unreal and we go, how's that going to affect the market? How are people going to fuck this one up to the point where it sells for more? Or is it going to be too easy and it's going to sell for less?
It's kind of a middle road, I feel, because I feel like the other minions were worth a little bit more. I'd say like average like 8 mil, like between 8 and 10 mil.
Well, it's also the server. I'm on Gilgamesh, so there's a lot of people on Gilgamesh.
I mean, you can shop around now. That shit don't matter anymore.
No, nobody shops. Like, so few people shop around.
Yeah, and that's stupid.
I know.
And that's stupid. You have the tools. You have the technology. You can fucking shop around and save Gil, but you don't.
Yeah, they don't. I don't know why. That's why I mean, I can't sell it on another one though, so I have to deal with Gilgamesh.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, it's not even too much effort. Like too much effort for a couple mil? Are you serious? Really?
Yeah, but Gil's worthless in this game, Sly, so I don't really give a shit.
Okay. All right. Sure.
So I have 350 million Gil. I don't care. It's just worthless. Every time someone's like, hey, Haps, how do you have so much Gil? And I was like, well, A, there's nothing to use it on. And B, I play the game.
Yeah. See, people are lazy. People are just lazy.
You know, I have somebody who follows me on Twitter and their display name, well, for now at least, and their display name is literally the people debuff. And I always think of you every time I see them.
Yeah, because they use the image I use for my people debuff. I love them. Yeah.
Oh, that's so good.
Oh, God.
So next on the list, we have the new Alliance raid. We knew we knew what the potential names of the remaining 2 were. I tend to forget over and over again, but this one is, okay, none of the screenshots actually have the name on them. I got to pull up.
Euphrosyne.
There
Euphrosyne or
Yeah. Euphrosyne was the one I think a lot of people thought we were going to go to last, but I think that's because clockwise, it's the one that's furthest to the east. So I think a lot of people thought we were going to go around all the way. But Euphrosyne is next. And that means we're going to have, who is that? That's is that, I always forget because it's Earth and can't remember. Yeah, Nafika's one, Thalic. Those are the 2 Earth people, and then it's Ice. you're so much better at 12 stuff than I am. I can never remember all this.
So, yeah, Nafika, Thaliak, and you said Ice?
Ice, yeah.
Ice isn't alone, eh? Ice can't be alone.
Chat's saying it's Alone, so.
It is alone.
Yeah.
Menfina?
Yep. It's the other one chat's got. Yep.
Alone and Menfina? Okay.
Yeah, so those are the four we're probably
So I get my patron deity this time.
What's interesting is I'm still of the theory that Nafika's got to be the last boss, because I think they're going to make the patron deity of the three main cities, and we're going to get some sort of like musical remix that represents all the starting cities. We're getting a lot of starting city related stuff just in general. Like
that would be nice.
So
yeah. I always forget this, but who's your patron deity for your character?
I don't fucking know. I made this character in 1.0. Fuck am I gonna remember? Probably. I think it might be Thaliak.
Just you have a certificate with that information on it.
No, I know. Mine is I do know mine. Mine is Azima. Mine is Azima. Okay. I remember because I checked during the last 24 man. Mine's Azima. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, mine is of course Halone.
Yeah. So no, I'm not represented in this raid. I got that I got Fire Mommy out of the way already.
Yeah. So
I enjoyed that. But yeah, so I'm thinking Nafika, because the only thing that I think throws a wrench in that is Ashan, who I'd imagine is, we're still picturing as the monkey.
Would probably be a part of the last one, the very last 24 man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess that throws a little bit of a wrinkle in that thought process. Not to say they couldn't still do something fancy for what is it? Nimian? Is that?
Limlane?
That's what I meant. Yeah, Limian. Sorry, Nimian, Limilane. Yeah, that's the fucking names. This is what I mean. I can never do 12 stuff. Yeah. But then again, as an expert ocean fisher, Ashan, or Ocean, as his name I think is actually pronounced, pretty important to the water. So it could still, even though he's not the patron deity of, it could be still the main representative of the last elements of City State. So yeah, this is they did a fantastic job with the first 24 man. I really hope this one continues in that same vein. My favorite thing is how the 24 man, the 12. That's what I was trying to say. Right now there's not really a conflict. They made one up for the first raid tier just to be like, yeah, we're actually kind of like bros, like, so we're just like chilling, man.
Yeah.
So like we need to learn what the fuck is actually going on, like why, because they said we'd learn why eventually,
right?
And I want to know because they're just so chill so far. I love that. I love them coming down like, it's our time. Oh no, we're just fucking with you. No. This is, it's like, we just want to see if you'd fight, and then, but we needed you to be actually angry. So I'm really, really curious to see what happens after we know the prank is up. I'm excited for that. Yeah, we got a picture of Big Tree. So thank you, Nafika.
Big Tree.
Yeah, a big tree in the final cutscene of Kingdom Hearts. There we go.
Yeah.
There you go. And then apparently Yoshi P and Foxconn made mention of some comments. They said, what's Laputa? Is that an anime thing?
Yeah, Laputa, yeah.
Okay, I don't know that. But a lot of people in my chat were saying that, and then he also made mention.
Castle in the Sky.
Oh, see, I have seen that, but I haven't seen that in... Oh my God, how many years? 15 years since the last time I saw that? If I'm thinking, yeah. No, like 13 or 14 years. It's been a long time since I've seen Castle in the Sky. So
it comes out like every year, like in theaters, because they like everybody loves Studio Ghibli.
Every Miyazaki film, they all have like yearly airings. I see Spirited Away ones all the time. And then also Windows XP. It's Windows XP background. Which I definitely was my first thought. And then we get into the ever so exciting news about the next Ultimate.
All right, so where are you going on this one, Happy?
Well, you got your hugs back, just no kisses. I'm sorry, you got your kisses back, but no hugs.
Yeah.
Oh. Secret.
It's magic.
Yeah, there you go. Just tell us. Stop. Stop doing this. It's really fucked up. You know, we waited so long for Dragon Song. Do you really want to blue ball us for this one and not just tell us now? Everyone's like, oh, it's probably not even going to come out in 6. Everyone's like, we're going to doubt the shit out of it. Fuck it. Probably delayed to 7.1. Ha ha ha. You couldn't have reinstilled some settle some of our hearts on the topic.
So where are you going with this?
That it's probably Omega. I said earlier. Now I'm leaning into Omega because of the Warring Triads during the Unreals.
But we see Allagan shit.
That's fine. The Alligans have nothing to do with any of this.
Right, but like, why did we see Allagan shit in our in this fucking Ultimate? Like,
we don't.
Like,
I remember the Allagan shit's the deep dungeon.
I remember the little pyramid things from one of the coils.
That's Deep Dungeon. That was the Deep Dungeon section of the live letter. Yeah, scroll down all the way. There's more slides after the pictures. There you go. It's Omega. And besides, Omega's Allagan anyway. He's not Allagan, but he fucked with all the Allagan shit. So did the Triad, obviously, but you know.
Now that changes everything for me, but yeah.
It's probably fucking Omega.
It could be Omega.
Yeah. And Yoshi P's like, Cape Westwind Ultimate? Maybe? Fucking Cape Westwind.
What else? I mean, what else could it be?
It's literally the Triad or Omega, and I think Unreal is making me rule out the Triad at the moment.
So as far as Omega, are you going to have to go through like every little bit of blood sport again? Are you going to have to go through Holocarnassus? Are you going to have to go through are you going to have to go through Phantom Train again? Are you going to have to go through like all that?
I actually think it's not going to go that far. I think what you're going to see is a lot of the individual fights represented in a single mechanic. So, you know how we have like trios and we have, all that stuff. Mm-hmm. I think it's literally going to be like Deltascape trio, Sigmascape trio, Alphascape trio, where it's just like mechanics from Deltascape are combined.
Each one of them.
Yeah. So it'll be like Alt-Royt's elemental shit with the fireballs and the ice on the ground. While you have the Holy and Tethers from Halicarnassus, at the same time. So it's like it's stuff like that. So you need to get knocked back and then swap spots and then slide afterwards to a spot. Like that's the kind of stuff that I imagine is actually going to happen. But I think a lot of the fight is going to take place in the actual Omega encounter. So, you're going to see, I don't think we'll be killing Neo X Death again, for example, or killing God Kefka, but like, I imagine they'll be present.
Yeah.
So, because Omega has a lot of forms. Like, all these phases are going to have to be really short. Because he himself has fucking 3 forms that we have to deal with. And technically 4 if you want to count MNF as, 2 different forms, but still. And level checkers. Oh boy, the level
MNF
checkers.
is just going to be so... MNF is going to be so fucked. I think I got MNF as a recently as a mentor roulette, and let me tell you how fucked that was.
You don't need to tell me. That knockback claims so many lives from Omega F. Every fucking time.
Funny thing, it wasn't even a knockback. It wasn't even a knockback. I think it was fucked because like one of the tanks was AFK'd and we just kept trying to do shit without him.
Yeah.
And like because they were AFK'd, like positioning was just so ass, and we just kept wiping.
Yeah, that is so. Funny thing is, whenever I'm doing roulettes and people go, "Oh, we should just go one tank," I'm like, if we get MNF with only one tank, it's not going to be fun. Because I've had to do that before. I was on Monk and I was like, you guys just need to ignore the one that I'm on and let me tank it on Monk because otherwise this is not going to go well. So I've been through that pain before. But either way, MNF Ultimate has to be with something else at the same time. Is the way I look at all of the Omega phases is they all can be done and made more, difficult. But all of those phases I feel like need to be combined with other things from the previous Omegas to make them truly ultimate. Like I think of Omega and I think of, the fist and the level checker and starboard, larboard. Like, yeah, they can do more. They can do an ultimate Pantocrator. There's room to do stuff, but I can't.
Yeah.
Omega and MNF, like Bug Omega, Beetle Omega, and MNF almost need to be at the same time if they're going to do something like that. Which then would mean they'd need phases prior. They need to, run us through a quick tournament of power, which is possible. Chaos, another one. Midgard Stormer would also be kind of a shock not to see outright.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shinryu, of course, some people's minds go to, because Shinryu is a weird one, because in terms of an ultimate, he kind of doesn't deserve his own ultimate.
But his fight was so much fun, though. I liked it.
Yeah, but what the fuck? He has nothing to do with anything until Endwalker, pretty much.
Right.
That's why I still want the Omega Shinryu, like, we're between them while they fight each other phase.
Like, yeah, that's kind of what I want too.
So it's just, I don't know.
And then you have to do the...
Yeah, because with Shinryu, like, it's just, it's the same with Tsukiyomi. I don't know what they're going to do for Stormblood. Like, Stormblood's MSQ is awful for an ultimates, in my opinion. Like, what are you going to do with Tsukiyomi?
I mean, the only thing I can take away from Tsukiyomi is like the middle nightmare part of it.
Supposed to take her to therapy.
Yeah. God. Yeah.
Fair.
Oh man.
Well. Yeah. I don't know. It's like the things you can do with Stormblood.
Fix her?
Wow. Not possible.
Wow.
Yeah, no, it's like there's a lot of what they can do versus what I think are good ideas, and Stormblood really actually falls short outside of the Four Lords and Omega. So I think we have to go into the Trial Series Ultimates at some point because of that. I don't think they go right from Omega to
Okay.
Eden.
Devil's advocate. Let's say we actually do get Four Lords. We actually do get a Koryu fight.
Yeah.
If that was the case.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which was like we really got blue balled on at the end of Four Lords.
Yep. That's exactly what I think will happen. Whereas with the Triad, there's the question of pulling in Godka or just letting the Triad be their own thing. Or, you'd have to do an alternate future where fucking what's-his-face, it takes them all over. Dickhead that dies in that quest series.
You mean the Garlean?
Yeah.
God, I know what you're talking about. Blue armor.
Hydrus.
Yeah.
Hydrus being like the DSR style wrench, and the what if is the only other way that goes. So that's the only major question with the Triad. But again, I think with the Unreals, I think they're going to lean into Omega instead. So
yeah, probably.
Yeah. But I wouldn't mind seeing Hydrus them take that route with it and using Hydrus as the Kefka kind of ties it all together. Deus Ex Machina, Deus Ex Garlean in this case.
Yeah.
So it's always possible. He plays a role in all those quests and he gives his life for us, but maybe not this time. We'll know in like 6 weeks. It's fine. Like,
yeah.
So, but tell us next time, Yoshi. Please don't leave it for the trailer. Stop. I can already imagine in the trailer just Sephiroth reaching up out of the thing and then just having Zervin swoop down. They have to have him swoop down. It's just he has to soar. He has to soar. He has to do it. It's gotta happen. All right, then we move on to the next deep dungeon, and not what I would have guessed in any reasonable universe. We're going back to Crystal Tower.
Okay. Eureka Orthos. So the island that we didn't go to?
That's not one of the islands, Sly. That is the Eureka underneath the Crystal Tower. That's why there's all Allegan shit there. That's in Final Fantasy III. That's where the original Eureka was under the Crystal Tower. That's where we all thought Eureka was going to be in 14. So I think we know the names of the other islands. And I don't think they're Orthros. What element? I don't think, is Orthros an element? Because they're all named after elements. All the islands.
The Isle of Val. The Isle.
Well, no, like the actual Eureka, like Onemos is wind and Pagos is ice. So I think we didn't go to the Lightning Island and we did wind, we did fire, we did ice, we did water. So we didn't do lightning and we didn't do what's the other? How do elements work? Earth. We didn't do earth. There you go. Yeah, we didn't do earth. Orthros means daybreak, which is the name of the skill from Scylla in the Crystal Tower. So
yeah,
I genuinely think that this is under the Crystal Tower.
Okay.
And it just explains the Allegan shit immediately. Is that a setting that you can I
can handle that.
You can handle that? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's probably I think this will probably be the best one you've gotten so far.
It fucking better be, dude. After Heaven on High was.
Heaven on High was pretty good. Pretty good.
It was pretty good, but it was they just took the things we didn't like about Palace, like the length, and then they gave us Magicites, and then it was otherwise identical. It was yeah, it's technically better than Palace, but it's also not really any better than Palace. You know, it's a little too formulaic.
Either way, I can't wait to see Angels break it.
I mean, yeah, it's. I just want it to be
because he's going to break it wide open.
Yeah. I'm very curious about what level 90 in a deep dungeon looks like because we have a lot of shit at level 90.
Yeah, we do.
So, and but then I want to know the structure. I want to know what's different about it. Obviously, it's a deep dungeon, so structurally, it's going to be similar enough. But I feel like there's room to do more with deep dungeons, and I want to see them explore some of those options. And I'm not really confident they're going to. That's upsetting. I think it's just going to be pretty much the same. I don't want that. But yeah, they said we'll learn more the next. They just said if you've done deep dungeons, you at least know the basics. You have to do Pals 50 to even unlock this. So make sure you have Pals 50 done.
Yep.
Eureka Orthros. I just wonder. I mean, I guess I don't really wonder why. It's another loose. They said Endwalker was going to be a lot about tying up loose ends. The end of the Crystal Tower series was a loose end they never fully explained. They kind of make you think they've tied it back together a little bit at the beginning of Shadowbringers, but it never comes all the way into fruition. That tie back to the end of the Crystal Tower quest. So We'll have to see how that turns out. And then we had, then they do that. They go over it. Yeah, it must be level 81 or above. Most rules and game mechanics will be the same. Duty support for the rest of the Heavensward dungeons. That's going to be done.
Yep.
The MSQ dungeons at the very least. All the side dungeons are, not getting touched.
Google, Etherochemical, Any Tower, Sorkai, Zolfatol, and Base Arsball.
Yeah, the only one they go out of their way to make mention of is Arf. The third boss getting a bit designed. That is La Habrea and Igiyorm going into Ascian Prime.
Yeah.
So I'm curious what they'll redo with that. Because that's a fight I kind of get why they're changing some things. But I think, honestly, the only thing that really comes to mind is the fucking server tick on Ascian Prime for getting in those portals. You ever get in the portal at 60% of the cast and it still hits you because it has to go through the stun animation and then pull you all the way in? Ugh, it's so annoying. So that's the one thing I kind of hope that if they are adjusting something in the third boss, that's one thing that's long overdue for fixing. So annoying. And let's be honest, it's because I'm greeding and I'm trying to get that last GCD in, but still fucking fix it, please. All right.
Yeah.
I need to greed in my level 60 dungeons.
Job adjustments we kind of went over again. Big boy paladin will be getting changes, which we'll probably go heavily into detail in the next live letter. But other than that, PvP updates.
Before we go to PvP updates.
What's up?
So I always turn reactions off on Discord. They turn them off during the live letter, but they let people go back. So I'm gonna read some of the comments. Well, I mean, I could probably just pull it up.
I see them.
Yeah,
I see them.
It's pretty fucking funny. I'm not gonna lie. And it's clever enough to the point where I feel like I owe it to Discord to just show it on screen. So here, give me a second to do this. So let's see, doing this impromptu because I wasn't prepared for this. There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna just block me for the most part. So first of all, the Paladin one, 56 crying emojis, 35 let's go emojis, 11 machinist emojis, and then some various other emojis here, including a Xeno one.
Why the fuck machinist emojis?
It will fully change. Sad emoji, worried emoji, 2 minute.
2 minutes.
The fucking 2 minute emoji. Then the 14 sleepers, and then the only 15 people even remotely excited about it there at the bottom. Yeah, the machinist emojis are the machinists like, hello, what about us? The 2 minute.
Oh god.
The 2 minute one really cracks me up. I had to shout that out. And then actually, I'll pull it back up for 1 second, because then look at the fucking PvP. It's a 7 poo emojis.
we have content updates for PvP. 7 poo emojis.
And nothing else.
Wow.
Even funnier. Just nothing else.
No.
Else at all.
Just poo emojis.
Just poo emojis. And what the hell? We get it. We're getting a new, we kind of predicted this, a new conflict stage. That looks really good.
Yes. Yes. We are getting a Kugane themed stage. Again, one of the takeaways from the pictures is that the gold will probably be a mechanic. So I'm thinking it's either going to be either a buff or it's going to be a Daigoro hit spot.
See, I thought that, but I'm wondering if the team that collects enough gold first, if Yojimbo assists them in some way, if you're paying Yojimbo.
Yeah, I think Yojimbo is going to be a part of the map either way. But yeah, how he's going to be involved, whether the gold will be to hire him and do, damage or whatnot. I feel okay. Because a lot of people fucking hate the wind map. They fucking abhor the wind map. So map effects kind of like that. I feel like if Yojimbo's going to be involved, he should at least be avoidable somehow, whether it be through a guard or LOS, something. Like he can't just be like OP and like kill everybody just because you got a bunch of money or like do a lot of damage. Yeah, so at least make it guardable or LOS or something. Other than that, like it's a really, really pretty looking map. And I'm kind of glad that they did this. I was kind of wishing for another map like alongside this, but I'll take it.
Yeah, I remember you predicted we would get 2 maps when we discussed this last time. I was like, Sly, not a chance we get 2 maps. No way.
Yeah.
I was wondering if we were going to see another large-scale map. That was my only kind of reservation, is if they were going to buckle down and go with the mode that is clearly the most popular, or work on another, or even working on the current large-scale maps. So, but this looks really, really good. I haven't PvP'd too much with the game releases that have been happening, but I'm excited for this new map.
And even speaking on Cloud9, they did say that, Cloud9 isn't that popular as a stage. So we'll adjust it in the map rotation. So yeah, you don't see it too often. Thank you.
I still remember one of my first times in the Cloud9 map, a Dragoon jumped through one of the windows and got locked out of the map and couldn't participate for the rest. Those like ruins on each side. I watched them do a Heaven's Thrust, and then they went through the window in the middle of the Heaven's Thrust animation, which doesn't make any sense because your hitbox doesn't leave the ground. But and then they were just trying to get out the whole time, and they couldn't. They couldn't return either.
Were they even targetable?
No, I couldn't target them either. They were just there and useless for the rest of the game.
Well, fuck.
Yeah, it was not good for them. It was not a good look. But yeah, they were stuck there for the rest of the game. They just couldn't get out. It was very unfortunate. But that's all I remember of the Cloud9 map, and since then I've made fun of it like endlessly. So that was it for the first half. They did actually shadow release a lo-fi album that morning as well.
Yeah.
I have purchased it. It's called Sanctuary's Heart if you're looking for it. I think it's going to be on YouTube on the 23rd, but right now it's on Amazon and iTunes, I think. No Spotify.
Yeah.
Square, we got to talk. I'm getting real sick of your shit when it comes to music releases, okay? Getting real sick of it, because I don't really care about Spotify, but why is the Harvestella album only available in Japan right now? Okay.
Oh my God.
Because I don't want to fucking VPN into Japan and go to Ototoi and download it from there. I just want to fucking buy your music. There's 70 tracks on that made by the guy who does the Demon Slayer anime music, and I just want it. So can you stop fucking around and put it on the American, even if it's the American iTunes store, I don't give a shit. Put it somewhere else though, please. So I'm trying to give you money and you're making it as difficult as possible. So just get your shit together. All right. Don't put out the game and then make the soundtrack only available in Japan. That's what you did with Octopath 1 also. And I wasn't a fan, but I still got it. And I had to wait like 2 months for the English one to come out. So hurry up. But this, on the other hand, you can just buy and then download. And you should be fine.
Yeah.
That's quite good. A few weird lo-fi tracks in there. Like Heroes, like the Thornton song. It starts just not even sounding like a lo-fi track. And then it's like, oh, wait. The fuck is that?
It is.
It is. Yeah. It's just really weird. Then they came back from the break. Yoshi P showed us his Heidelin dropkick reversible jacket with Zodiark.
Yeah, and again, this jacket was made by the Chinese team, so he was just like flexing on us. He's like, "I'm sorry for flexing on you a little bit, but like, yeah, thanks for showing the shit we can't get, Yoshi P. Really appreciate it."
Yeah, back to my point.
Yeah,
and I import stuff from Japan. I mean, that's where Drippy came from over here. It's a Taito toy.
I mean, I figured this is something like the what was it, the Byakuya kimono that he got made for FanFest or something along the lines. Like, it's just something like he just got. It's not gonna be something for sale unless they unless
they ship the Paladin jackets. Finally, they ship the Paladin jackets. Final Fantasy XI also has that style jacket coming out for the 20th anniversary. I don't know if you saw that, Mister, playing Final Fantasy 11.
I did see that. Yes, I did.
Yeah, it's a pretty nice looking jacket.
Yeah, it's very decent.
So maybe one day we'll see this one.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie, the next section of the live letter I was mildly excited about, despite not really caring about what it was about at the same time.
Really?
There's only one reason I was excited. So, crafting and gathering update, tool enhancement quests. So we are getting another Skysteel, as Yoshi P himself puts it. Skysteel hell is back. So,
oh boy,
enjoy.
Do we get a new coffee biscuit for this expansion?
We already kind of have
a new moneymaker.
Yeah, no, we already kind of have it. I mean, keep in mind that has nothing to do with the weapon enhancement, but even after they made those nerfs, it's just you don't make as much money as coffee biscuits. It's what else do you do if you're sitting on 100 leaves? It's still money, Yeah. So. But no, I'm excited because they're finally using Granolt for something. That has been one of the most wasted characters that we really thought they were going to do something with for the Shadowbringers relic before we saw it was Bozja. Mm-hmm. And now he's part of the crafting and gathering relics. He gets to be somewhere. Listen, you need to be an alcoholic to work on combat weapons. This man is too balanced for that.
He's not drunk enough to give us good shit.
Yeah, no, that's why he works on crafting and gathering stuff, because he's got a steadier hand, so there's a lot more craftsmanship involved in this stuff. So
Okay.
But yeah, Granolta's back, which means that quest is taking place on the 1st, which is also a nice thing to go back to. Anytime we can go back to the 1st for even something minor.
Thank God. Again, we need excuses to go to the 1st, and this is a really good excuse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There will also be new custom deliveries, which are also on the 1st. And it is a Leaf Man, it appears.
Yeah. Hopefully we're freeing some of the Leaf people from the grips of the pixies.
That's a dangerous thought. At the very least, we have Faol to protect us from a similar fate. But they're gonna like us. No, I just wonder if they're just standing around a Leaf Man and it's actually the pixies. We're doing a specific pixie, or if that Leaf Man is our custom delivery person. That particular Leaf Man. There's a lot of Yulmorans that are still hedges over in Fairyland. So Ilmeg's full of some pretty fucked up shit. So, but there's custom delivery for that one. No one can guess who the next custom delivery is. And maybe somebody can. Then it moved forward into just a few quality of life changes, collectability values displayed for reference when gathering collectibles, primary fishing locations, preferred bait, and additional conditions will be finally, after way too many years of people asking for this, added to the fishing guide. Shocking to me this has taken this long.
So long.
Yeah, way too long. Next thing you know, we'll have a bait inventory, a tackle box.
Stop it. I've given up. I've given that up so many years ago.
And then something interesting that I didn't understand why they did this, but I guess just for the sake of consistency in the world, I guess just trying to expand it. I don't know what the reason for it actually is. We're getting swimming in Upper Lenosha. Yeah, right outside Wanderer's Palace, Bronze Lake, I believe that is. And it's got spearfishing points.
The first ARR spot to have a swimming point.
Yeah. An underwater swimming point, more specifically. Diving.
Yeah. Diving point.
Yeah. But also to add spearfishing there is interesting.
I mean, that makes sense. If you're gonna make it a diving point and not put anything there, fucking why?
Because it looks cool.
So.
Because you don't even have spearfishing when you get... you don't even have diving when you go through Upper Lenosha. You don't get that till Stormblood.
Right. Stormblood, exactly.
So it's just.
And where the fuck are our higher level jigs, please?
You'll never get another.
I'm still
jig.
asking for them. We're never getting another jig, but like, goddamn, I'm still gonna ask for it.
They're gonna put your jig in your new tackle box. There you go.
Yep.
That's where it'll be.
And Neverland.
No, that's a rating static, Sly. World first.
Next up, Island Sanctuary. Island Sanctuary updates. New ranks and visions. So we're going beyond rank 10.
Yeah.
Great. That means I'm not done. New item rewards, new materials, crops, and animals, and handicrafts, new structures. Looks like we get a little mini
minecart roller coaster.
When I first saw this, I thought it looked like a roller coaster.
It looks like those shitty roller coasters that pop up at like at like the town fair that shows up once a year. It's like it just does
right,
this.
But they're obviously stairs.
Yeah,
they're stairs.
Yeah.
And I'm like, my ass sitting here thinking it's a roller coaster. Like, yeah, okay, sure, we'll make our island an amusement park too. Why not?
Bro, we need more of these types of structures, but like for fun ones and not functional.
Mm-hmm.
Because like I want to put a fucking dance floor. All right, I want to put a game room. I want to.
You're getting into housing shit. And
no.
It's had this conversation.
It's one look. I can't customize it. It's just the mammoths. Because then I want to see the mammoths just like dancing when in their free time when they're just doing nothing. That's what they do. They just stand on these fucking things and just do this the whole time anyway. It's just a dance floor.
Yeah,
and
like
just
they're
the
happy.
Mammoths are
which
just like,
they really aren't.
And then you can put another fucking orchestrion on it too.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just I want to see some more of the fuck. Give me a fucking fountain that cost me like 6 million gil. Might as well give me something more useful than this fucking otter fountain.
Yeah.
Can't go swimming in it.
Improved workshop interfaces.
Oh,
thank God.
Christ.
I mean, because those shits were like when I got into it, I was like, I'm like, what the fuck am I looking at? This shit is so convoluted. So thank you. Like I feel like they're really going ham in terms of even at the end of the live letter, like a lot of UI stuff, and we kind of take that for granted half the time. We kind of take that for granted because like again, in talking about Island Sanctuary, I had no idea what anything meant once I got like certain buildings. So these UI improvements, chef's kiss, love them.
I wouldn't say we take it for granted. I'd say that we're praying they do anything.
That too. We're getting the option to collect all available yields and leavings all at once. Animals under your care will also be eligible for release upon a new animal's capture. So,
yeah, that was a big problem for a lot. I never automated any of my mammoths. I just never. I'm like, fuck them. I'm not paying them to do this shit. It takes me 5 minutes. But if you do, you went and caught like a rare, but you had a full. You couldn't. That's it. You couldn't swap. You
couldn't use the rare.
Yeah. So that was a big one that I know a lot of people dealt with.
Ability to save orchestrion settings, and island visitors will now hear your orchestrion settings, and you get notifications when you get a visitor on your island.
You know what's funny? They took care of 2 orchestrion related things, but the one that they didn't is the one that's the weirdest, and that's the positional sound of the orchestrion on the island.
Sound of the orchestrion, yeah.
Have you gone to your island, set your orchestrion, and then did / like idle cam and let it just zip around?
I have not set my orchestrion.
Because if you do that, the sound changes direction every time the iCam moves. Because it's using the iCam's position as the direction.
Yeah. It's using that point of view. Yeah.
It's really, really weird. Island wide or at least base wide, I think most people would like the ability for. Also, these fucking animals. Dude, what is Tataru doing with these fucking invasive species that she's dropping on this fucking island? She's dropping a griffin, a tiger, and fucking Malboro saplings. What is she doing?
We all know, we all are aware that Tataru is the final boss of Final Fantasy XIV when this shit's all said and done. She's a tyrant. We all know this.
Bro, she might as well just drop those little frogs in Australia off here and get that fucking going. Put a fucking emu in here. Just like take this all of the ecological disasters.
The emu wars again?
Yeah, just fucking dude, imagine if emus got dropped on your island, but it was one. But if you didn't catch it, it just starts taking all the spawn locations from all from all of the other ones. And then eventually, every time you leave your base, there's just like a fucking wall of emus just waiting. Oh, man. Yeah.
Oh, God.
That's it. Just a few more. I think 3 is exactly the amount they needed to add to make it so you can still have one of every creature if you want all of the rares. Because I think there's 17 unique now. So by adding 3, we're at 20, and 20 is the maximum. At least at the current time, is the maximum for the pen. So if I'm remembering correctly, that's how it is.
Yeah.
Battle jobs are now available on the island. You must stop the invasive species. There you go. It's a fucking it's like an island fate.
I wouldn't mind island fates, honestly. That would be cool.
I wouldn't mind them either.
I think that'd be cool.
I think it'd be a little way to break up some of the monotony of what it asks you to do on the island. So I wouldn't even be upset with that.
Treasure hunt update. We're getting a new treasure map or treasure dungeon, excuse me. The Shifting Gymnasium Aganon, which is a Elpis based treasure dungeon.
Yeah, really interesting thing about this is that it's a portal accessible via a new Elpis-centric treasure map. So initially, I think to myself, the Thieves maps, but that doesn't sound like what it is. It just sounds like you can choose which of the treasure maps you want to do instead of it being random between the two.
Right.
So that's what I imagine it is. This is the roulette wheel. All of the roulette wheels have shifting in the name. So
Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah, but the loot has always been the same.
And they're never really good.
No,
they're never really good.
No,
if you're doing treasure maps and you get this, you're kind of like, because you're hoping that, like, the Excitatron just gives the better shit. Like, you have a chance of getting some decent shit out of shifting maps, but it's the majority of the time it's not that good.
Yeah, because the loot's the same. Everything available in the 2 is the same. But because of the varying degree of reward you get, depending on what you land on in the shifting, in the roulette maps, I always am excited to do the roulette maps, but they are almost always a lower profit than the other one. So I'm wondering if they've made any sort of adjustments to that.
I hope they have.
Now, of course, I think the best thing to do would actually be to make it the green map, like a Thieves map, but it's also the Thieves map is only the roulette wheel this time. So you're still doing Excitatron, and then you sometimes get the Thieves map, and then that takes you to the roulette wheel. I think that's their best option, but I also kind of don't want that because gameplay-wise, I prefer the roulette wheel, personally. I think it's got more interesting bosses. Yeah. I think it's a bit more suspenseful, but we'll see. That's it's a big question mark.
Gold Saucer, you are getting a new Leap of Faith. No, you are.
We are getting.
You are getting a new Leap of Faith course. Have fun.
I'm sure you'll have fun too when the next Gold Saucer event comes around.
Yeah.
Make it rain.
Yep. That'll be what, next year? Yes. Yeah. Housing update. Getting additional wards for all residential areas. You're getting 6 regular wards and 6 subdivisions, so about 1,800 new plots per world.
That's 300 per type, and there's 6, and then there's
Yeah.
Is that math right? Yeah, that's right.
Of course, it's going to be done by lottery, and we're getting details regarding the FC versus private plot distribution at a later time.
Can't wait to see the very angry posts the day of housing drop.
Oh, yeah.
Can't fucking wait.
That's going to be... I feel like we should have a segment. You know how, like, Kimmel has mean tweets? We should just read, like, really mean fucking Reddit posts.
All of them?
Not all of them. I mean,
listen,
okay,
it's either a mean post or fan
80% of
art.
them are angry.
Yeah. These are your two options. It's complaining posts or fan art. Look, healer anxiety makes me mess up. Twitter right now. Those are the first two ones. Then immediately it's art predicting life, and then Gaia.
Oh yeah, we should probably throw the forum post in there too, because that's always a gem.
Oh god, I made a video on that.
Man,
that was exciting. Yeah. It's some interesting topics pop up there. You know, at least we did get that confession from King Jeffo that he was actually the poster.
Yeah. That's still hilarious. He's like, oh, that was me.
Man, here's a fucking vintage post right here. Somebody posted that after defeating Ultimate Weapon, are there 77 more quests to get to Ishgard? That's a fucking vintage post right there.
Whew.
Oh, here's one you'll find interesting. Venue and club advertisements have become a massive nuisance. There's a lot.
They're on other though.
No, even just being in like the city state, like the shouts are intense on.
Oh, the shouts. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's. I can see how it gets annoying a bit. I mean, but everybody everybody trying to put themselves out there. That's another way you can. I mean, you can just ignore it, or, I mean, shit, you can ignore it or get mad at it. I mean, treat it the same way you treat RMT. Like, it's there. It's a fact of life. You can ignore it, or you can blacklist it. There you go. Merchroma. Last little bit. UI improvements. We're now getting icons for damage types in the battle log and flying text. So we're getting physical, magic, and unique.
Thank you to the individuals who were banned to make things like this happen. Appreciate you.
Oh god,
I would never do it. I've just listen. I played jobs that that mitigate all damage types. I've given up. I don't play a tank, so I don't worry about it. So we appreciate your sacrifice both in this one and in the following one, which is showing us timers for debuffs on the party list. So yeah, salute Viking Funeral to all of our.
Yep. You will get your Grand Slam at Denny's for free.
Yeah, Moogie Woogie Bagel. You know, you did your best. We appreciate both of y'all. Mm-hmm. So salute, big salute.
Yeah,
I'm glad to see them doing this, but it is this is just the marijuana discussion, but for add-ons. It's the whole you're gonna get arrested, but by the way, we're changing the legislature after.
Yeah,
it's pretty much the exact same situation, just with add-ons in Final Fantasy 14. It's like, yeah, you broke the law the way it is now, but we're gonna change the law, so it's a win, right? Fuck. Well, I'm glad they're doing it, but I now everyone's like, so when do we get the meters then? It's like, probably not gonna get those. So when are the personal DPS meters? No.
Nope.
Oh. That's fine. Keep believing.
Yep. And really, there were just like after that, there were a few like miscellaneous things at the end of it.
Yeah, the pop-ups for the portraits in the dungeons is tacky as fuck.
Yeah,
it looks so out of place. I'd rather they update the raid frames and then make it like a setting to like show as like their character portrait, or to not show it, because like you can just turn this off if you want, but it's just, it looks so tacky.
Yeah, they could have done a better job with that.
Yeah, so it's chat's like, we need some cheaters to play Machinist more so it finally gets fixed. I'm pretty sure most people who play Machinists have to cheat to even play it, so they just need to be more obvious about it.
Wow. Stop snitching. Stop snitching.
What? They're the ones who say it! That most people can't play the job because they don't live on the servers. That's just a fact. I'm privileged. I have like 11 ping. I'm like the only Machinist that can actually just play it outside of like Japan. Yeah, Sada knows. We don't talk about my friend Alex. Fuck. Anyway. Also, we're getting a new UI theme, but they didn't show it to us.
Yeah.
So, we currently have Classic, Light, and Dark, so I wonder what the fuck this one's going to be.
No clue.
I don't know either. But it wasn't ready to show us, I guess, so they just didn't. Available actions when using fashion accessories, that they told us they were doing that recently, so that's not much of a surprise. Now, this actually is an interesting bit. So they're adding some functionality to retainers in particular. So you can cast glamour and dye retainer equipment without removing it. You can cast
God,
yeah, that's a big one. You can cast glamours on your own equipment directly from your retainer's inventory, and the ability to filter newly added items at the Sundry Splendor vendors. So the last one is just nice quality of life. But those two with the retainer are interesting because they've been very explicit that the way the retainer data is stored usually doesn't allow for interactions between the inventories like that. It's usually like it has to do extra checks to try to make sure that it's lossless. So it seems like they're working a lot on something that's a very underlying, not major problem with the game, but it's one of those, it's a place of technical debt that the game has or has had historically. And I'm wondering if that opens anything else up in the future, because they said there's one more big retainer update that they weren't ready to talk about just yet. And for me, there's one more update to your retainer's inventory management, but it is too difficult to put into text and words, so I will show you during the next producer live letter. I think people who have a lot of materials stored will be very happy about this one. That screams to me like they're getting a separate material tab that doesn't take up their normal inventory space.
Or what?
Or you could just in general, because people hoard shit like materials in there. The other potential option is that crafting materials can be stored there, and you can craft using your retainer's inventory.
Because I'm gonna tell you this right now. All 5. I think I have 5. All 5 of my all 5 of them they're filled to the brim with script shit. Because I was ready for this patch to turn in like a bunch of script shit, didn't have to. So the majority of it is just like rarefied Psychons ready for turn in. So I'll just be ready for fucking 6.3. But yeah, like that would be nice. It'd be nice because like I can't put anything on them unless they already have it in a stack, which I can put it in that stack. So yeah, that'd be really nice.
Yeah. It's a question of what they'll do, because neither of those sound like they would be too complicated to put into text unless they wanted to explain the technological aspect of it, like how they managed to go from the way it was before to the way it will be now. So I guess that's the only kind of wrench in predicting what it'll be. But that last statement just makes me think those two things. One of them, though, not both. I'm not confident that they would do both at once. Yoshida also briefly said that please wait a bit more for Blue Mage updates. And only when prompted.
Oh,
by
we're
chat.
actually getting them.
No, please, no, we're not. Please wait. Please wait is not getting them anytime soon. So maybe one day, maybe. Then it was just announcements. Tactics.
Yeah, maybe one day you'll get your blue woo.
No, we're never getting. I've given up on that, but at the very least, we'll probably get the level 80 stuff.
Yeah.
Then they moved on into announcements. The Tactics Ogre Reborn screenshot sweepstakes currently underway. Yoshi P is a huge Matsuno fan and a huge Tactics Ogre fan. Many people may not know this, but Palace of the Dead, pretty much taken right from Tactics Ogre. So it's not too much of a surprise to see this. Then you have the Sanctuary Hearts album. You have the new line stickers, which I cannot believe they put the fucking grapes as a line sticker over in Japan. I cannot. It's not. I don't even think it's the best one. I think the Burn Out the Bad sticker is probably the one that stands out to me the most. What a choice for a sticker. Burn out the bad. Burn out the bad. What a fucking choice for a sticker. Then there's more tickets being sold for the orchestra concert, and then they say goodbye, and then we moved on. So that is it for the Producer Letter Live number 74. Yeah, decent.
Solid live letter.
Yeah, solid. Even with them, again, just kind of dick wrangling us with some of the topics is still pretty good. Yeah, that's it. Listen, I said blue balling once already. I needed something else. All right. Had to make it work. But yeah, that's it. That's it for the letter from the Producer Live, number 74. Yeah. So with that, I think we are probably good to move towards wrapping up. We don't really have any sort of other random things to bring up here that we didn't already bring up during the show, I don't think.
Mm-hmm.
All right, good. I can get back to Pokemon and not getting my shinies because I still haven't gotten one yet. So with that, thank you, everyone, for tuning into this week's episode of State of the Realm. Thank you again to our sponsors, Patreon, Steel Series, Advanced GG, and HelloFresh. We have commands for all of them in Twitch, and we have them all under the YouTube videos over there as well. So be sure to check that out. And thank you again. Special thanks to our Patreon sponsors, since, that's their choice. That's their choice. But other than that, Sly, what you got going on?
Again, thank you so much for the warm reception after I got back from OniCon. I am not dead. I don't have con crud. I'm not dead. They seem to think I died at OniCon. Like I'm not dead. I'm alive. I promise you. But you can find me at twitch.tv/Sly, aka Gray Fox. You can find me, I usually say on Twitter, but at Sly the Fox, but keep an eye on it. Thanksgiving is this coming week. So, of course, I understand that not everybody is able to spend time with their friends and family on Thanksgiving. So what we are doing at our FC house, which is usually the venue for First Saturdays, is our doors will be open. I'll, of course, do my usual thing of making my Thanksgiving meal on stream, yada, yada, yada. And then once that's done and I make my plate, I am logging in and I will be in the FC house. We have tables already set. So if you don't have any, if you can't spend time with any family or friends, our door's open. You can come break bread with us. If you want to get away from your family, you can come, break bread with us. So either way, it's just something I want to do because I don't want anybody to be lonely on Thanksgiving. That's it. Of course, just playing games right now, getting through some stuff. Yeah, as far as really, yeah, we have some plans for December, but we'll get to those once we get closer to December. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Again, it doesn't matter what data center you're on, you can travel to fucking Primal and Behemoth and get there. Our house is open. Just saying. Haps, what are you up to? What's going on in your world?
Everything. Because I still don't know what the fuck is going on with these release schedules for these games. Right now it's Pokemon, but I haven't been able to finish Tactics Ogre. I would like to finish Tactics Ogre because it was very good. Yeah. Harvestella was great as well. And then Crisis Core next month, Dragon Quest next month, Dragon Quest Treasures specifically next month. And then, I'm gearing up for next Ultimate already. I have to wake up at like 4:30 in the morning to do raid schedules of late. That's been fun. Trying to finish up a group. So,
yeah, I understand. Oh, Tom, you do bring up a good point. Yeah, because we don't know about Twitter. In case, Twitter, blows up, in case Bahamut strikes again, Axis, comes down again. The FC house is on Primal, Behemoth, Shirogane, Ward 2, Plot 60. And again, it'll probably be around 5 or 6 for when we're opening our doors. So in case Twitter doesn't make it, that's where you can find us.
Twitter will probably make it. Probably.
We just had to like throw a just in case out there. Just saying.
Just in case. Yeah. And then I need to start getting used to posting on my YouTube, the actual community tab. So in my case, if anything were to happen to Twitter, that would be where I'd at least for the short term be posting would be on my YouTube, the community tab. So
there you go.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens with that. I've already made my Mastodon account just in case as well. So
oh God,
what is it? It's Mastodon, co-host, and then we still have Facebook, Instagram. I really don't want to have to go back to Facebook. I'll tell you that much. So
no Tumblr, no Tumblr in there.
No Tumblr. No Tumblr is going to be dangerous again because I remember seeing I think it was 2 months ago, I saw Tumblr was trending, and I was like, why is Tumblr trending? I clicked on it, and it was like, they're letting porn on Tumblr again? And I was just like, of course, that's the first fucking topic that I see for Tumblr. That's apparently, that was the second coming that everyone was waiting for, literally.
Yeah.
So, that's, I think I'm going to stay off Tumblr if that's going to be the case. Oh, yeah. Man. Second and first. Yeah, there you go. So with that, we're going to move into a short post show, and I'm going to get to doing some Pokemon a little bit longer of a stream today. So thanks, everyone, for tuning in. I don't know if we'll see you next week yet.
Yeah, but we got a show. Yeah. We got a show. It probably may not be next week. It's already in the works. I'm working on it. It's going to be fun. But it probably won't be next week because, Thanksgiving, Black Friday, yada, yada, yada. Yeah. But we'll see. We'll let you know.
Yeah.
We're trying.
Yeah. So enjoy Thanksgiving and Black Friday. Go buy some shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or stay at home like I do. So works for me. Anyway.
Yeah. That's
it. Then. Until then. Bye-bye, everyone.
Take care.